Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Thursday afternoon live Akashic Records reading show. I want to say hi to Jackie. Hello, Jackie, and Leah, and Annie Zucchino. It must be like really late at night in Sweden right now. Thank you so much for showing up here. And Diane G. And look, here's Heather, Soul Alchemy, and wow. Just a whole bunch of people here already. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. I've set the limit for questions to, Annie says it's 11 o'clock and she's a night owl, so it's not too late for her. Okay, good. I'm glad you made the time to be here. Thank you. That's very sweet, Leah. Thank you. It's the first day of spring. Or maybe spring was last night. I don't remember. Anyway, March 21st, the spring equinox. So I thought I would celebrate a little. And Madame Maru is here. And Wanda's having fun chewing paper. My lap is covered with little bits of paper. She likes to chew it and stick it in her feathers and then flip them out. This is a really great game for her. Hi, Light Worker and Nivra and Lisa Niedermeyer. Hi, Lisa. Okay. A light worker, that's perfect. If you want to, Imelda. Hi, Imelda. I'm glad you came. Wanda is a Goffin's cockatoo. Now, you can hear screaming in the back. There's the singing, the chirping in the background. Those are the budgies. Wanda is a Goffin's cockatoo, and a few years ago they did some DNA testing on these particular little cockatoos, the smallest of the cockatoos, and they decided that they were not cockatoos after all. They are, in fact, corellas, who are related, same family but different. And so now the new name is Tannenbar corella. Isn't that wonderful? Tannenbar corella. I'd like to be called Tannenbar corella, to be honest. That's a fabulous name. Anyway, yes, Goffin's cockatoo. Everyone will know what you're talking about. The smallest of the cockatoos. They're very cautious. They're very cuddly. Yeah, they're very cuddly. Okay. So let's start with the questions. I'm getting questions already. I've set the limit to 15 questions today, just arbitrarily, because I don't want to go much over an hour because I have a meeting after this. So, hi, Randy. Oh, you guys are so lovely. Okay. You guys are just wonderful. Honestly, best chatters. I'm not going to steal Tarot Stash's index cards, but you are the best chatters, honestly. Okay. A light worker wants to know, can I get some guidance from my guides with my toddler? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. Let me find out. Toddler's very sensitive. Very sensitive. It doesn't take much. Well, part of it's the developmental stage. It doesn't take much to set them off. Needs structure, needs calm, needs to build their trust in the world around them. So things happen a certain way at a certain time. They need that a lot. Your toddler, like toddlers generally, but you're, 1.5 to 2, the routine's really important for this little kid. gentle. I'm getting gentle. And yeah. So structure, routine, a gentle demeanor with them, like just be gentle with them. No yelling, no screaming. They are very sensitive. Very sensitive little soul. Um, art, music, dance. See if you can channel some of that energy into art and music and dance. And that's all I have for you. I hope that's helpful. What an interesting question. Okay. Hi, Gina. Hi, Shamanic Journeys. Hi, Aaron. Aaron says, hello, Nightbot. I'll be nice to you if you'll be nice to me. Well, okay. So look, Aaron, I've taken out all the commands about, only two, whatever it was that you can put down as many emojis as you want. You can put everything in. You can put your question or whatever in all caps if you want. I've taken out all of those filters, so nobody is going to be put into the bad corner. Nobody's going into the bad corner because of emojis or all caps. Okay, not on this channel anyway. So Lightworker, if you have any feedback about that, I'd really appreciate hearing it, because this is the first time I've been asked this kind of question about a toddler, and the energy was really all over the place. It was very interesting. Bye, Gina. Glad you were here. Okay, Madam Maru, I don't see a question for you. It just says that you're the next person in the queue, and you don't have, but there's no question. So if you could just type join and then your question, that would be really helpful. And for now, I'll go on to the next. There's still only like 10 people, so there's still only like 10 questions. So you shouldn't worry about. Don't worry about. You posted a question. Where was it? Okay, let's try this again next. Aaron, you get scolded. Okay. Okay, so Lightworker says she suspects her toddler is an empath more than I am, so your reading makes sense. Well, good. Okay, and here's Madame Maru's question. Thank you for putting it in again. I really appreciate it. And next we'll have Annie Tsukino. Okay. Is there a recurring lesson I haven't learned yet? Well, recurring lesson. I'm going to interpret this to mean, is there something that you're learning that is taking more than one lifetime, that you've been working on for several lifetimes, which I think is an accurate kind of, because there's some lessons that we learn all through our existence, like love, how to love, the kinds of love, all of that. Those are all things that we carry with us from one existence to the next service. There's another kind of lesson that we carry, that is ongoing. So let me just take a look and see. Okay, Madam Maru. Wanda, stop it. You're a good girl and I love you. Here, want some more paper? Go ahead. self-worth, self-confidence, belief in yourself, all of those things that um, self-love, um, um, these are all uh, multi lifetime, sorry, these are all things that you've had carry over from several lifetimes. um, oh, bye, Heather. I'm so glad you were able to drop in. Thank you so much. Hi, Courtney. Let's see. That's the big one. That's the big one. There's some other sort of minor ones, but this has been ongoing for a few lifetimes. Confidence in yourself, belief in yourself, trust in yourself. Um, mm, love yourself, forgive yourself. Don't sweat the small stuff. I'm hearing for you, Maruda. I'm hearing don't sweat the small stuff. And you need to have more fun. You need to have more fun. You need to create more joy in your life. You need to go out and, I don't know, flap your wings and sing. I don't know. You need to go out and do something that's fun for you, and maybe go to a park for a walk, because I don't know where you live. So you may have a park that's like 3 feet under snow. I don't know. Um, but you do need to have more joy in your life. You do need to find, whether it's like playing nice music or looking at funny cat videos or funny bird videos. You do need to create more joy in your life, and belief believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, because you're rock solid, and you deserve to know that, and you deserve to have that to rely on. Self-reliance, to know that you're enough, and you're good enough, and you're surrounded, as we all are, people. We are surrounded by infinite love all the time. We don't ask for help enough. I hear this again and again and again in messages to people. We don't ask our guides and angels for help, and we should. And when we're feeling crappy, instead of saying, "Oh, I feel so awful," um, ask your angels and guides for help in getting out of that. Ask your angels and guides for some, how can I get out of feeling this way? Um, there's some general guidelines that, you can find, because I've already done a short on that, how to get out of feeling stuck. But honestly, it's up to you. You need to ask for help, Madam Maru, specifically for you, but it's true for everybody. We don't know. We don't trust. We don't believe, like, really deeply in our hearts, that if we say, "Find me a parking spot," that miraculously there'll be a parking spot. Start with silly things like, well, silly, not meaningless, but little things, just little things like that, and see what happens. Just see what happens. I hope that helps, Madam Maru. I wish you the very best, because that's a struggle that I have too, is to now, where's Annie's question? Here we go. Annie. Any message for you? From the Akashic Records Masters? Oh, you're playing with fire. Imelda, if you want to put, if you look at the banner and you type exclamation mark, no space, exclamation mark, join, and then ask your angels and wait a minute, am I allowed to ask my angels and guides to help my son's guides to help him? Well, of course. You can ask your angels and guides to convey your love or to convey to assist or whatever, but don't forget, your son has his own guides and angels, and they, you can ask yours to help him, which I'm pretty sure they would be anyway, just because you're his mom. But yeah, send whatever assistance you can. It's not going to hurt, and you'll feel better. You won't feel helpless. So, okay. So, Annie, any message for you? Like I said, you're playing with fire because like this isn't a tarot reading where the cards tell you stuff. This is like from kind of from the horse's mouth. It's sometimes pretty brutal. So focus. Decide your goals and go for it. You have free will to do pretty much. I'm hearing all choices are open to you. Focus and work towards what you want to achieve. Find out what you want to achieve. It seems very foggy. Yeah. That's all I've got, Annie, is just to determine what you want and go for it and focus on that. Poor Annie. She says, yes, it feels very foggy for me too. I'm sorry. Choose, pick away. Your choices are wide open to you. You have absolutely a free will to choose whatever you want. So choose, go for it. Okay. I hope that helps, Annie, because yeah, I know when, I don't know, meditate, ask your guides for dreams, ask your guides for some guidance, because they'll be able to help you with that too. It's not just the Akashic Records Masters. Lisa, was there a time that I lived in Greece? Well, probably. Just a second here. Okay. I want to see who. Oops, sorry. I just need to see how many people are. Yeah, I like Nightbot. Once I learned how to work it. Okay, so now set limit to 7. Okay, because this might take a while. Okay, perfect. So there's your list. And Lisa wants to know, was there a time that she lived in Greece? I'm getting 2 lives in Greece, one very early and one fairly late when there was a lot of communication with the Roman Empire. So I don't know how far apart those 2 are, but I'm guessing like 500 years or something. I don't know. I don't know classical history that well or at all. A fisherman on a little island, good life. This is the very early one. Yeah, a lovely life. Family, I mean, hard work, okay, but really a really lovely life. Um, Storms and some catches. Some years the fish catches weren't very good, um, but overall, you died in your bed an old man. That was pretty good for like 500 BC. uh, like not being ripped apart by a tiger or something. I don't know. Never mind. This is just, I'm just, yeah, I'm just yapping. The second life was substantially later when there's like music and architecture and, like civilization. Well, sorry. I don't mean to make it sound like primitive people aren't civilized. I mean what the patriarchy would call civilization. So art, architecture, music, dance, government. These are all marks of civilization, quote unquote. A merchant this time. Wait a minute. Are you the merchant or are you the merchant's wife? No, you're the merchant. A pack of kids. Not such a, okay. A good life, but the ups and downs are really, really hard because you lose a ship to a storm, and that's pretty much everything that you have was put into that ship. And so you and your family pretty much have to start from scratch. You don't lose your house, but you're really working hard and really dogging it for a few years to get back to being able to be, I guess, better off. You spend a few years very poor. Hi, Mirella. Hi, Akela. And Cheryl. And wow. Okay. I hope that helps. Lisa, if that was interesting for you, I really like looking at past lives. It's fun for me. Where am I now? Next. See, this is why Nightbot's good, because I don't get lost. I'm not worried about missing anybody. I'm not going, oh my God, somebody asked me a question I don't know. And also it makes it a lot easier for the mods, because they don't have to keep track of the questions either, or whether I've answered them or not. Because you notice half the time my eyes are closed. I don't see what goes on in chat. And I'm sorry if I'm not acknowledging everybody, but if I don't see you, I don't see you. Sorry. Leah wants to know, ask for ancestral guidance. Ancestral guidance. Well, there's your spiritual ancestry, which is your soul family. Okay, your soul group that you belong to. That could be 1,000 people or something. There's your DNA ancestry. The thing about your soul family, I know I'm rambling. But there's a point to it, I'm sure, because I'm being told to share this with you. The thing about your soul family is that you spend so much time with them. You're the parent in one life, you're the child in the next, and these soul family members are your family. Okay, the DNA is different, but the souls are your soul families. So in one lifetime, you might be the grandmother to the person, the soul who is your husband in this lifetime. Do you see what I mean? Roles switch around, and we get together in these small groups, smaller groups, as teachers, as bosses, as co-workers, students, family members, to teach each other lessons. These are our contracts. So my interpretation of your question, Leah, is I'm not sure how helpful DNA ancestry will be to you, but let's just see what let's just see what shows up. Okay, let's call this an experiment and see what happens. And maybe the beaker won't blow up this time. My chemistry career was limited to grade 10. Because, yeah. Wow, you do have a whole whack of ancestry around you, ancestors around you. I don't know if they're like genetically related or if they're your spirit family, your soul family, no idea. There's just a whack of people around you, beings around you that are pushing you and encouraging you and are there for you to call upon. You can call on your great aunts and your great grandparents and for their assistance, and they will help you. And the message is the message is one of love and support and just a deep tenderness and love for you. Just an infinite well of love for you. There's no message. There's no like start getting up early in the morning. There's none of that. Yeah, Leah. That's your message. We love you infinitely, and we are here to support you. So go ahead and ask. Oh, Lisa says that her lies fit in a relationship. She doesn't like going to the water, but she loves all the arts. You're welcome. And Randy's going to a crystal mine. Oh, that would be so cool. Okay. That would be so cool. I missed the whole chat before that. So, you know, what you want. Do you want to sit in my lap? You can sit in my lap. You don't have to sit on my arm. Do my guides have a message about the things I've recently been working on? Springtime, what can I say? Lee's cat's looking for the bird. Well, no, sorry, no snacks for you today. About the things you've recently been working. You've been making a lot of progress, I'm hearing. You've been making a lot of progress, and they're really pleased with that. And again, you're not asking for help enough. And a big part of a big thing is to believe in yourself and in what you want to do. That's a big thing. Like that's almost that's almost the whole point of the lesson, is to learn to trust yourself and to believe in your vision and to believe in yourself. And well, of course, and to love yourself. That just goes without saying, but well, no, it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah. They're very proud of the work you're doing, and they want you to love yourself and believe in yourself more. But you've been doing really, really well. Oh, here's Renee, the tarot magician. Hi, Renee. Shamanic journeys. I'm just trying to see if there's any further message from your guides. Keep going. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. You're on the right path. There will be setbacks, and you can't let that stop you. You can't let that stop you. Oh, finally. Her little claws are off me. Yeah, you have to keep moving. You have to keep going forward. You have to keep asking for help, which again, like, most of us, you don't do enough of that. I think that's it. Ask for help and keep going the way you're going, and develop your belief in yourself. Develop your belief in what you're doing and in the core of your being. Ah, look, here's Scott. Hi, Scott. Good to see you here. And now, oh, Renee loves the birds. Yeah, me too. Me too. They bring a lot of joy. Aaron, I see you. You're welcome, Shamanic Journeys. You're very welcome. Aaron, I see you have a question, but I do not see the question that you asked. It just says that you're the next person. So, Randy, a giant crystal. I hope you can carry it out. Oh, that just brings up so many questions, like what kind of crystals and where is this giant crystal mine? And thank you, Aaron. I appreciate your patience with me. Because I can only go back like a limited way, and I'm not going to find it again. I can tell you that right now. Ouch. What are you doing? Here's the paper. We're just going to wait for Erin to type her question again. Ooh. Annie Bear, hi. She's just come in. She was outside all day. Lucky you. So there's a crystal mine near Little Rock, Arkansas. Really? Well, welcome aboard, Annie Bear. Glad you're here. I really enjoy those photos that you... Yeah, no, Renee. If you have little kids, don't get birds. Okay, here is Erin's question. How interesting. What should I be looking for in a partner, and what kind of man is looking for me? You have free will, Erin. The masters are just kind of rolling their eyes and going, whatever kind of man you want. Like, you have to decide for yourself what you want in your life. You have to decide for yourself what you're going to be these are part of your path. The Akashic Records Masters aren't going to answer that question. They're just refusing to um, because that's your job, is to figure that out for yourself, to make your own determination. That's free will and consent. And your job is to figure out, using your free will, what you want and what you don't want in life or a partner or anything like that. So don't be asking, like the Akashic Records Masters aren't going to tell you. You have whatever you want. Ask for whatever you want. But don't ask them to tell you what you want. Okay? Because that's your growth. That's your job, basically, as a soul, is to figure out who you are and what's going to be in your life and how to put it in there, and etc. and etc. Don't be trying the shortcuts. You can ask your guides to, put you in the way of someone who would be really good for you to be with. You can do that. But the Akashic Records Masters don't really care. They just really, they care about your soul's development. And part of that development is making choices, and making choices that are uncomfortable, and you're not sure of the outcome, and you're looking, there's pros and cons to each of them. Well, just pick one then, and then correct later on. I mean, they're not nearly as tied up about choices as we are, as human souls seem to be. Okay. Okay, so we'll go on to them. And questions are now closed, by the way, because I won't be able to answer them. Well, I mean, I want to be able to answer them all, but I have a meeting after this, so I want to kind of stick to. The next person is Diane G. or G. I used to know a Diane Gee who lived in Yellowknife, but that's like 35 years ago. I'm pretty sure that's not you. Hello, do I have a message from the Records Masters today? Oh. You're another one who needs more joy in her life, and who needs to, you need more joy in your life. You need to ask for help more often. It doesn't have to all be on you. You need to learn to rely on not to rely, but you need to learn that your guides and your angels are there to help you, and that they will help you when you ask for it. That help may be a double-edged sword, okay? Hi, Joyful Journey. I was a fetus 35 years ago. See, I was pretty sure that you weren't the Diane I was hanging around with in Yellowknife. Sorry. I was pretty sure that wasn't you. Let's see. Yeah. More joy. You need to have more fun. And it's not all on you. You can get help. And you have some developmental, you have some developing, you're doing some development, some spiritual development, some, I don't know, exercises or classes, or you're doing something towards spiritual development, and that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. They're happy about that. They're happy about that, and they don't want you to stop. They want you to have more fun. So I don't know, go out and touch the grass, or I don't know. Whatever you think is fun, do more of it. Like if it's knitting, or if it's going out for a walk, or whatever it is, go out and do more of it. Listen to music, dance like a maniac, do more of it. You need more joy. it's true for everybody. I hope that helps. Diane, who was a fetus 35 years ago. That's the funniest thing I've read in days. Well, see, Diane says, I'll work on having more joy. Well, see, but the thing is, sweetie pie, the thing is, joy isn't supposed to be work. Okay. Joy is supposed to be fun. It's not work. That's right. It's supposed to be fun. So you just need to make space for it, So if you hear a great song coming on the radio, dance down the hallway to it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, just take those little spontaneous things that happen to try to bring more joy into your life. But that's the big takeaway from the messages is more joy, ask for help. You're fine with everything else. There's no notes. That only makes sense to theater kids. Shamanic Journeys is going to a metaphysical fair here this weekend. She's getting oral photography and hoping to find a big clear quartz crystal. Wow, that'd be fun. I've never been to one of those. I don't even know if we have them here. I live on the West Coast in a suburb of Vancouver and British Columbia. And I've never heard of us having one here, but maybe I'm just not plugged into the right crowd. So Niver wants to know what number are we on queue. And so let me just see. So Niver's next. If that's what, okay, so there's 3 persons, there's 3 more questions. Oh, that works out to be just about exactly an hour. Whoa. Geez, I'm getting better with the timing. I really, that was okay. So Niver wants to know, what do the guides say about a June wedding and any advice? Guides. Okay. Niver, you would probably be better off because I'm going to ask the Akashic Records Masters, okay? And you would probably be better off having someone pull tarot cards for you on this particular question, because I can tell you that the Akashic Records Masters are saying, whatever you want, it's your choice. You pick what you want and you go for it. If that's what you want, do it. Or try to do it, because stuff happens, and especially after the pandemic, I understand that it's really, really difficult to get venues and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. I just read the wedding shaming subs on subreddit because the Schadenfreude. So yeah. Let's see if there's any advice from the masters. You have some exceptional skills. You have some exceptional abilities, and they would really like to see you work harder at developing that. Work harder. Put more effort into developing that, put more time into developing that. Other than that, no, you're good. Yeah, you have free will. You get to choose, you get to pick, and then you get to, try to make it happen. So if you actually, look, just between us, okay, who cares what the guides say about a June wedding? You want a June wedding? You go for a June wedding, girl. I mean, come on. Like, don't be asking the guides for what you want. other than it's like, this is what I want, and please, could you help me make it happen? Okay. If you want a June wedding, do it. Just do it. Nobody's going to say no, because that's your free will and your consent. Two really, really, really important spiritual laws in the universe is free will and consent. So of your own free will, you want to have a wedding in June? Go for it. Just go for it. Yeah, Randy says, ask for a June wedding if you want it. Well, just do it. I love you too, Naivra. Okay, let's see. And you got to let us know if this happens, okay? Like, because this is just March. But yeah, please. I'm invested now. I want to know if you're going to do a June wedding. I mean, Randy wants to know who she was in her most recent past life and what does she need to learn. Wow. Okay, so Randy, you got an hour? I don't always, okay, so I take what the masters send me and I ask for the most recent past life. They may not give me the most recent past life. I'm just warning you, okay? They may just give me a life that they think is important for you to know about, which is what they did with me. And I know they've done that with other people. So they may decide, no, that life was like, never mind that life. It wasn't that important. We want you to know about this other life that you had. And that's okay. So I'm just warning you that, that this may be a life like hundreds of years ago and not your most recent one. I'm just going to ask them. I was right. 1700s. I'm getting a Scandinavian country in the 1700s. I see you as the son or daughter. You're the child of a court person, not nobility, but someone who works at the court of the king. Like, I don't know, maybe not like a cook or something like that, but a functionary with an important role in administering the palace. I guess the head of the household. I don't know what the word is. Anyway, you're his child. You have an apartment in the palace, like a small apartment with your mother and two other siblings in the palace. But it's still like a really nice place in the servants' quarters, but it's so your father is a servant with status. Like, I don't know, something to do with the household, but I'm not sure what. And there's a fever that goes through and you're dead before you're 10, along with hundreds of other people. Okay. Oh, what do you need to learn? Sorry, I forgot about that part. Well, you need to learn, like, we all seem to, all of us, not all of us, Linda. Believe in yourself. Don't be afraid of others. Maintain an open heart. Well, that's interesting. Maintain an open heart. That's very interesting. Here's more. Keep your heart open to other people, to other experiences, to things that you haven't experienced before. Keep your heart open to the bright and the beautiful love that surrounds you everywhere. Keep your heart open. Wow. So that was pretty cool, Randy. Thank you for that question. That was pretty awesome. And Madame Miro, major domo or butler. No, but it was a palace. So there was like hundreds of servants. Well, maybe not hundred. Well, yeah, probably hundreds of servants. And so it was somebody that was like levels above that, I think. Like he met with the king and the queen to talk about, diplomatic dinners and stuff like that. Yeah, he was very much senesco. That's the word. Senesco. Seneschal. Okay. Where am I next? Yes, that's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly what you should do. Yes, questions are closed. Oh, well, I'll wait and answer the questions and then we'll do a little bit of housekeeping after that, okay? Cheryl, do my guides have any advice on managing this anxiety? Well, first of all, I'm not a doctor, never even wanted to be one. Not a nurse, don't have anything beyond like first aid. So I am absolutely not qualified to give you any advice on managing a medical condition. And you should follow your whatever medical or psychological advice you're being given from like professionals, okay? And for entertainment purposes only and all the rest of it, okay? Beyond that, so you're saying anxiety. Anxiety, I'm hearing them say it's fear. It's fear, and replace the fear with joy and love. That's not helpful, you guys, because at this point, it sounds like it's biological. So this is, it's going to be a lot easier just to take pills. I'm telling you right now, from what the masters are telling me, Cheryl, it's going to be a lot easier just to take some pills. Okay, so meditate. That's the first thing. They want you to meditate, and to meditate like twice a day for 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, twice a day. If you can do 3 times a day, even better. But meditation will calm your mind, which will calm your fear, you'll feel better. Okay? So that's the first step. The second step is to become mindful of your self-talk, like, oh, Linda, you're an idiot. Or, oh my God, Linda, like, do you not, that kind of stuff? Okay. You can tell I have some experience in managing self-talk. And stopping it and replacing it with a thought of love. So when I start in, I've just dropped, a container of coffee on the floor and it's a big mess. And the first thing I say is, oh, Linda, you're an idiot. And then I say, oh, Linda, this is going to be time for you to be on your knees and meditate. You can meditate as you clean this up. Or, oh, look, you're not an idiot. You had an accident. That's not idiocy. Things falling is not your fault. So just learning to be mindful of the way you talk to yourself. I don't want to leave the house. no, I don't want to leave the house. I got to find any way I can to not leave I'm not talking about me here, because I leave the house as often as I possibly can. But just after the pandemic, it was a problem for about 3 months. And so just being mindful and saying, I can handle whatever happens to me outside the house. I have been outside the house lots of times. Nothing bad has happened to me. Anything that happens to me, I can handle. I know I'm able to deal with my life. I know that I have the skills. I have the skills. I have the equipment to deal with my life. So going outside to get my groceries is going to be just fine. And I'll get to see all that beautiful fresh fruit and all those great colors. And I'll get to pick what kind of cookies I want. And yeah, so that's how you get, but you have to be really mindful, and it's a long haul, because what you're doing is repatterning your brain, okay? You're teaching your brain a different way of thinking, a different way of reacting. And this is your lizard brain that we're talking about here. This is your lizard brain that is irrational. And so that's what takes the time. It's not easy work. It's like way easier just to pop the pills, because this is difficult work, but it gets to the root of it. It gets to the root of it, and you don't end up dependent on anything except your own self, which builds your self-confidence and your self-reliance and all the rest of that. But that's the message from the masters for you. Mindfulness and meditation. Yeah. Wow. I hope that helps, Cheryl. I mean, that's a... Huh. Randy says she calls anxiety the carousel of doom. Oh, yeah, because once you start on there, man, there's just never any end. What's going to happen? Well, could be good things, you know? Doesn't have to be like doom and disaster. Okay, Imelda wants to know. She says she was told, I brought phobias with me from previous lives. What are they? Well, the person... Thank you, Wanda. The person who told you that you brought phobias with you should have told you what they are. And really, if you have phobias, you know, there's ways of dealing with it. You may not have them, and you may have brought them in, but you may have had like some early childhood experiences that helped you get over it. Anxiety and depression, but no phobias other than drowning. Well, Imelda, so many of us are anxious and depressed on this planet. So the prescription for that is joy, and mindfulness and meditation. Those are all the same things that I just told Cheryl. And let me just take a look at what's going on with you. Okay, hang on for a second here. There. Well, water is a thing for you. I see a big storm and a little boat, and yeah. Yeah, that was a particularly difficult. That was particularly difficult, that death on the boat. in the storm. And you don't like water. You don't like swimming pools. You don't like lakes or oceans or any of that stuff. I'm sort of running through the common sort of phobias that people have. Snakes and spiders and, big dogs. And I'm not getting any hits on any of them. There's something about yellow, though. I don't know. There's not that you have a phobia of yellow, but you have a reaction to the color yellow. I don't know if it's a good reaction or a bad reaction. It just elicits a reaction from you that isn't common in people. So, same for you as for Cheryl. Meditate as often as you possibly can. Be mindful of how you speak to yourself. Speak to yourself gently and lovingly and joyfully. And have fun. Have some fun. All of you guys, have some fun. Like, I know the journey. I know the energy sucks right now. Okay? We're all kind of stuck in this like molasses energy. All of us are feeling it. All of us readers are feeling it. So, and whenever I ask, well, like, I'm having a really hard time raising my vibration enough to be able to read. Like, it takes me forever. What's going on? Help me out. And they just keep saying, joy, you need joy. Play some loud music, dance around, sing, go outside and just greet the day and just say, hello, Earth. I'm so happy to be here with you. Say hello to the fairies in the garden, or to the dragons on your roof. Read a funny book. I keep saying watch funny cat videos or funny bird videos because there's lots of them. And make yourself laugh. Like, find things to laugh about. I don't mean necessarily to point your finger at other people and go, oh, look at that. You just fell off on a banana peel. I mean, find things that are genuinely funny to laugh, because laughter raises your vibration. Joy is an incredible way to raise your vibration. And all of those things counteract fear, because fear doesn't exist in a high vibration. Once you hit a high vibration, there is no fear. Fear is a low vibrational thing, feeling, whatever, existence, creation. Be silly, be funny, find laughter, find joy, look for it, find beauty. Look for it. It's around you. I mean, we're living on planet Earth. It's gorgeous. Even if it doesn't have to be something really big, like, going to see the Mona Lisa. It can be the pattern of branches on the sky, which I personally find really lovely, and I love looking at. Or the first bumblebee of the season. I mean, that's beautiful. The first cherry blossoms in the front of my building, they're just coming out now. So that's pretty special. So yeah, look for that. The energy right now, I mean, I've heard different explanations for it. Some of it is the planets, the astrological stuff that's going on, which is very heavy and very powerful. Venus conjunct Saturn, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, that's right, Wanda. And the other thing that's happening is there are some really big solar flares that are happening right at the moment, since about, off and on since before Christmas, and maybe even before that, but I only really became aware of it just before Christmas, like in early December. Madame Maru says she saw her first robins of the season yesterday. We get robins all winter long here on the West Coast. Hi, Garnet. And we have a resident flock of crows around my building. So Imelda, I hope. Yeah, I know. Be quiet. I hope that helps, Imelda. And all of you who thought that she was so sweet and quiet, yeah, now you know the truth. Let's see who's next. The queue is empty. And look, it's 4:05. Well, that's, or my time. That's amazing. I'm like almost on time this year. Harley says, we're going to chat for a little bit. I heard recently that fear blocks intuition. Yes, it does. Yes, it does actually, because of the vibrational level. Okay. In order to be able to use your intuition effectively, you have to be, oh, Venus, I'm sorry, but questions are closed. In order to be able to use your intuition effectively, you have to have a fairly high vibration. It's not going to work. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. I heard, I don't know if any of you were watching Val Dragonfly Crystals on Tuesday when we did the show with her. She was talking about how mediums used to have to, they'd take like 8 or 10 of them sitting in a circle around the one medium, and they'd be chanting and praying and chanting and praying to raise the vibration enough for the one medium in the middle to take that energy and connect. Okay, we don't need to do that anymore. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. But you have to keep your vibration up. You have to keep yourself high vibing to be able to connect intuitively, to be able to use your intuition, to be able to use your spiritual, to be able to use your spiritual skills. And fear is the biggest thief. Fear is the thief of joy, really. Yeah, questions are. Oh, Madame Maru. Oh, yes, I remember this. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. Ooh, that gives me chills. Yes. Thank you for finding that, because I knew there was something. Well, never mind. Anyway, thank you for finding that, Maruda. That was really good. Okay, so some of you may not know or may know that we are no longer, Val kicked us out of the nest, me and Diana and Viviani, and it broke my little heart. But we're on our own now. We're practitioners, like we're for reals. So we thought we wanted to we like working together, Diana and Viviani and I. We really enjoy working together. We have a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing the shows with Val. So what we decided to do was to keep doing it Tuesdays. So the three of us, just the three of us, we're not going to use Nightbot, okay? Viviani and I will take turns sort of starring questions. And so that's going to be Tuesdays at 2:00 Pacific time, 5:00 Eastern time. And we're calling ourselves the Akashic Adventures. Isn't that cool? So, if you have a thing for Indiana Jones, we're just going to be cracking the whip and riding off into the sunset of the Akashic Records. Oh, yeah, we graduated. We did, and she says Val said we graduated a long time ago, but it's just really nice to have somebody driving while you're reading. And so Nightbot drives for me. And, that makes it easier. But Viviani and I will drive for this one. And Maya, I don't know why you didn't get a notification that I was on. Maybe because I forgot to set this up on Tuesday like I was supposed to, and I didn't set it up until like an hour and a half before showtime. That could be it. It could be my fault. it most likely is. Um, and um, and yeah, so Viviani and Diana Bowles and I, Tuesday at 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. We're going to alternate channels between myself and Viviani. And so I don't know who's going first. We haven't decided. We're going to discuss that. I'll put something up in my on my community page. Would you just hush? I gave you an almond and you just chucked it. Do you want more? Do you want more to throw around? Here. This is rewarding bad behavior. Okay. Thank you, Jackie, for doing that. Yes, set the notification bell to all. But I mean, it could be because, but other people got notifications today, so I don't understand YouTube very well. And so, yes, so at Akashic Adventures, Tuesday afternoons at 2 o'clock Pacific and 5 o'clock Eastern. And I'll be back next Thursday at, what the hell time is it? 3 o'clock Pacific. I'm sorry. 3 o'clock Pacific. Gerald and I are going to do this again, are going to do that, that wonderful sort of tarot Akashic Records combination. We're going to do it again in April. I'll have more details next week. And yeah, so this has been great. You guys always come up with the best questions. And also Akashic Adventures, if you want to, like, here's something else you might want to think about in terms of questions. Like, do you want to know about Atlantis or Lemuria? Like, do you want to find out if there's any like space stations in the vicinity of our solar system? That might be cool. Those are questions you can ask the Akashic Records masters. You know, it doesn't all have to be about what's going on with your soul. I mean, although that's really important, I get it. But if you have, if you have some whacked out questions, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. So I love you all. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being here. I really, truly, I'm so grateful. I really appreciate you. And I love you all. So goodbye until next week. Bye, you guys. Love you.